Welcome! In this video, we're going to demonstrate how you can effectively put your toe spacers on in a quick and easy way. We're also going to take you through how to assess your foot and know which toe spacer to start with if you have the kit, the level 1 or level 2, and also how the most appropriate approach is when starting to use these toe spacers. So first of all, let's go through how we put them on. I'm going to start with the level 1 here, meaning the one with less spacing. First of all, what I want to do is observe my foot. Now from here, to gain an understanding of which position your toes should actually have in their natural functional position, we can simply extend our toes upwards and we'll see these tendons that run along the top of the foot. Now these tendons run parallel to the metatarsal bones, and the functional position of each and every toe is that they should continue in a straight line leading from these bones. If you can't see them clearly, you can feel with your thumbs that hard bone, straight bone that leads towards the toes, and make sure that your toes are in alignment with those. Now when we put the toe spacers on, we want them to provide enough spacing where we can get as close to this splayed position as possible. Now I appreciate my feet may not be like yours, and yours may not be as easily splayable, but don't worry, this is the purpose of the toe spacers. So putting them on, what we want to do is start with the big toe spacer and the second toe spacer, stretch it out and get the second toe in between there and really pull it in deep between the toes. And then we're going to continue to do this individually for each toe. This allows us to put it on a lot faster as opposed to trying to put them between all toes simultaneously, and also where we're able to get them between the toes as deep as possible. Now standing up, what I want to observe with the toe spacer level 1 on, where it says plus, is does it get my toes out sufficiently to that splayed position? Now for my specific foot, I can notice that there is still a considerable amount of gap that I can provide to make sure that my big toe stays in this position. Now, if you already feel that this is giving you enough splay where your feet, you can actually sense the stretch of the toes, then we recommend starting with this level for a time period. This is the purpose of having these two different versions, which provide progressively more splay. However, if you're used to doing toe exercises or using toe spacers previously, you may want to start with a level 2. Now I'll demonstrate putting this one on, the difference in the splay it provides for all the toes, but particularly for the big toe. And this is the benefit of our toe spacers here, that they are a lot thicker than a lot of toe spacers out there, particularly for the big toe, because that's the most important one, the big toe being the rudder and the anchor for the foot. Now again, standing up, I can now see that that bigger toe spacer on the level 2 actually puts my big toe into its proper position. Now what we want to do when we have the proper toe spacer on is just get a sense of how it feels. So just standing up, leaning forward, our weight towards our toes, sensing how our toes engage compared to the one that doesn't have a toe spacers on, for example, and also having just a short walk around to get the sense of how it feels if you're not used to wearing these. Now it's common to feel a certain level of discomfort, or that may feel a bit weird if you don't have or are not used to having the sensation of something between your toes. Don't worry, this is something that you will get used to. We'll also go through several exercises to help you prepare to use the toe spacers in a more comfortable way, and also to be able to use them longer with less discomfort. Now, if the toe spacer level 2 is the more appropriate fit for you to get your toes out in a more functional position, that doesn't mean the level 1 is not usable. It simply means that we can use this in periods of rest when the greater splay toe spacer becomes a bit too uncomfortable to use, or using them, for example, in shoes where we know that we don't have a certain amount of room with the level 2 spacers, or certain activities where we experience that the greater splay causes a bit too much discomfort. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.